In the charming coastal town of Harborview, Maine, a place where lobster boats dotted the horizon and the air smelled of salt and fresh pine, life was simple and predictable in the spring of 2014. Families gathered for clam bakes on the beach, and young couples walked hand in hand along the rugged cliffs. It was in this idyllic setting that 26-year-old veterinary assistant Sophia Ellis met 28-year-old architect James Harlan at a local art gallery fundraiser. Sophia was the epitome of kindness, a woman who rescued stray animals, volunteered at the community shelter, and baked pies for elderly neighbors. Her warm smile and gentle nature drew people to her like moths to a flame. She had grown up in Harborview, the daughter of a fisherman and a schoolteacher, and dreamed of opening her own animal clinic one day. James, new to town from Boston, was charismatic and ambitious. He had a sharp mind for design, a charming laugh, and eyes that seemed to see straight into Sophia's soul. They bonded over shared stories of lost pets and childhood adventures by the sea. Their romance was whirlwind and perfect. James showered Sophia with affection, surprise picnics on the beach, handwritten love notes tucked into her lunch, and weekend getaways to cozy cabins in the woods. Friends called them the golden couple. Sophia's best friend, Lily, gushed, "He treats her like a queen." James proposed after just 6 months on a cliff overlooking the ocean at sunset. Sophia said yes without hesitation. The town celebrated their engagement with a community party at the Harbor Hall. But beneath the fairy tale surface, small cracks were forming. James began checking Sophia's phone just to see who's texting. He showed up unannounced at her work, claiming he missed her too much. Sophia brushed it off as love. "He's protective," she told Lily. No one saw the obsession taking root, the kind of love that doesn't let go, even when it turns toxic. By the fall of 2015, the golden couple's shine had begun to tarnish. James's protectiveness escalated into control. He insisted on driving Sophia everywhere, monitored her social media, and flew into rages over innocent conversations with male friends. "You're mine," he would whisper during arguments. Sophia, feeling trapped, confided in Lily. "He loves me too much. It's suffocating." She tried to leave twice. The first time, James begged on his knees, promising therapy and change. The second time, he smashed a vase and threatened suicide. Sophia stayed, hoping the man she fell in love with would return. But James's obsession deepened. He installed tracking apps on her phone without her knowledge. He followed her on errands. Neighbors noticed his car idling outside her work late at night. In January 2016, Sophia finally ended it. She packed his things and changed the locks. "I can't breathe with you," she told him through tears. James didn't rage. He smiled coldly and said, "You'll come back, you always do." But inside, the rejection fueled a lethal revenge. He began planning in secret, stalking her routines, noting her vulnerabilities, waiting for the perfect moment to make her pay for breaking his heart. The town remained oblivious. Sophia threw herself into work and volunteering, trying to rebuild her life. But in the shadows, love had twisted into something deadly. On the evening of March 15, 2016, Sophia finished her shift at the vet clinic and headed home. She called Lily at 8:42 p.m. "I feel like someone's watching me again." Lily urged her to call the police, but Sophia laughed it off. "It's just paranoia." At 9:17 p.m., neighbors heard a muffled scream from Sophia's apartment. By the time police arrived, the scene was horrific. Sophia had been stabbed 17 times in her living room. Her phone lay shattered on the floor. A single red rose, James's signature from their romantic days, was clutched in her hand. The killer had fled, but not before leaving a message scrawled in blood on the mirror. "You were mine." Detective Elena Vargas, a 45-year-old homicide specialist with 22 years on the force and a personal drive to protect women from domestic threats, took the lead. She stood in the blood-soaked room and vowed, this wasn't random, this was rage wrapped in love. The community reeled. Harborview locked its doors for the first time in decades. Sophia's funeral drew the entire town, with sobs echoing through the church. James was the obvious suspect, but he had an alibi, or so it seemed. Security footage showed him at a Boston bar 200 miles away at the time of the murder. How could love turn to lethal revenge from afar? Detective Vargas refused to accept James's alibi. She dug deeper. Phone records showed calls to a burner phone in Harborview just hours before the murder. The Boston bar footage was grainy. Was it really James, or someone paid to look like him? Forensics revealed a partial print on the rose stem that matched James, but the alibi held until a witness came forward. A bartender in Boston admitted James had paid him $500 to say he was there all night. The James on camera was a lookalike hired through a shady app. The net tightened. James was arrested in his Boston apartment, where police found Sophia's missing necklace hidden in a drawer, a trophy from the kill. In interrogation, he broke. "She was supposed to be mine forever. When she left, she took my heart. I took her life." The town was devastated. The man they had welcomed as one of their own had orchestrated the perfect revenge from afar. James Harlan was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life without parole. In his final statement, he said, "Love made me do it." But love doesn't kill. Obsession does. Harborview was never the same. Domestic violence awareness programs were established in Sophia's name. Women in the town started support groups. Lily, Sophia's best friend, became an advocate, speaking nationally about the signs of obsessive love turning lethal. Ethan moved away with a broken heart, but he visits Sophia's grave every year. Detective Vargas retired with one more case closed, but she knows the real victims are the ones left behind. Sophia's story is a powerful warning. Love can be beautiful, but when it turns to obsession, it can become lethal. In the end, her light, her kindness, her passion outshines the darkness that took her. And in Harborview, the waves still crash on the shore, a reminder that life goes on, but some scars never fade.